Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. How to end the endless Biafra war. How to end the endless Biafra war. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. It is 52 long years since the much ballyhooed end of the Nigerian Biafra war, yet nobody from the losing end of the war has served as the president of the country. The matter gets even more ridiculous when it is remembered that the war ended on a note of no victor, no vanquished, as announced by Nigeria's then leader, General Yakubu Gowon. All right thinking people all over the world who are interested in justice and equity are deeply embarrassed by this Nigerian reality. It is as though Nigeria is fighting an endless Biafra war, which equity ought to have ended many months ago. Some shameless characters tell lies children would laugh at to whitewash this fetid national wound. The respected Nigerian journalist Chuks Ilo-Edunam in 2007 published the book The Case for an Igbo President of Nigeria, which he dedicated to the cause of justice. Ilo-Edunam does not beat about the bush, as he directly writes. And I asked this question: if Indigo are found worthy to lead as soccer captains, as commanders of presidential air fleet, as university vice chancellors, as consummate bankers, as federal ministers, etc., why might they not have a crack at the Nigerian presidency? Ilo-Edunam has undertaken to update this important book to make it relevant for the upcoming presidential election in 2023. Ilo-Edunam put up front an address by then Abia State Governor Orji Uzor at the Igbo Summit in Enugu on January 19, 2001, entitled A Wake-Up Call for the Igbo, in which he stresses, perhaps Nigeria, our great and beautiful country, may not have existed at all but for the heroic effort, self-sacrifice, and vision of the great Igbo son, the RT Honorable Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the first president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It was Zik, a worthy son of a worthy race, who led the battle for the independence of the giant of Africa. Yet, when independence was won, this pathfinder subordinated his personal ambition to the general good of the country. Hard-hitting questions come from the smithy of Ilo-Edunam Tusli. Imo State outstrips all northern states put together in what it generates to federal coffers. Imo State is oil producing, yet it receives less in federal allocations than virtually every northern state. Why is this so? Why is this so when Imo State has the second and densest population in the whole of Africa. The North boasts more senators and more parliamentarians in the National Assembly than the South. Yet, there is no credible and scientific census to demonstrate that northern Nigeria is more populous than southern Nigeria. So why do they have more National Assembly members and more federally allocated revenue? In the scheme of injustice meted out on the Igbo, Uzodinma cites the instance of the ex-Biafra leader Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu thus, in 1985, 15 years after the Nigerian Civil War, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu was chased from Villa's-Car Lodge, his residence in Ikoyi, Lagos. The Lagos state government justified Ojukwu's eviction by claiming that Villa's-Car Lodge was an abandoned property. The Nigerian government seized Nnewi building opposite the Apapa Wharf and converted it into Army Pay and Records Office. Nnewi building belonged to Sir Louis Odumegwu Ojukwu. The government seized Sir Louis' family's home on Oxworth Road, Ikoyi, and converted it into the headquarters of the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAMB. Then, 15 whole years after the Nigerian Biafra War, of which General Yakubu Gowon, the leader of the conquering army, claimed there was no victor and no vanquished, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu was chased from Villa's-Car Lodge, which his late father, Sir Louis, had also built. Other woes visited upon Igbo businesses by Nigerian powers that be as listed by Uzodinma include slug here, floated by Chief Kanu, was axed and ordered out of skies. Sosoliso Airlines, the airline owned by Sir Victor Iku Emesi, was axed and ordered out of the skies. Chief Jim Uwobodo's Savannah Bank was shut down on a morning it was still doing business nationwide. Ibeto Cement, owned by Mr. C.M. Ibeto, was axed. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment